On the 7th of May, the UK gets a vote for who they want to be their next Prime Minister. And so far, the 7 main political parties have been talking about a lot of really important points, such as the NHS, the national debt, and lots of other really important things. However, one of the most important things they haven't been talking about is science, and how each of the political parties will help improve science within the UK over the next few years. However, don't worry, because in this video I'm going to go through each of the main parties and what their stance is on some of the biggest science issues that will face the UK in the next few years. So the first and arguably the most important question that has to be answered is how much funding will each of the political parties give towards science in the UK. Now this funding goes towards different research areas in science, it also goes towards employing scientists and also trying to link science and industry together. Now thankfully all the main parties notice how important it is to fund science, so all of them want to maintain at least the current level of funding that science gets. However, some parties back increased funding for science. The Green Party wants to double the amount of funding for science, and this will be a really substantial increase and one that will make a significant difference to UK science. Other parties will increase funding in certain areas, such as the Lib Dems in UKIP in dementia research, and the Conservatives with areas such as robotics and nanotechnology. The SNP wants to put more funding into treating motor neuron disease, and Plaid Cymru want to better fund Welsh universities. So the positive is that every party wants to maintain the current science funding, while each party also wants to focus on different areas of research. The majority of the parties in the UK also have a really good stance against climate change. Most of them back new sources of renewable energy to try and reduce the effects of climate change, and also to make Britain a zero carbon emission country over the next few decades. However, climate change and energy production is also one of the areas in which the political parties seem to differ quite a lot. The Conservatives and Liberal Democrats have plans to reduce the impact of cars on the environment, whilst Labour wants to try and protect against flooding caused by this climate change. The Green Party wants to plan to phase out nuclear power in the UK. Considering how much we rely on nuclear power and how relatively low cost and efficient this is, this could be really difficult. But they also plan to increase the amount of green energy, which hopefully will be able to cover this. However, it's UKIP's views on climate change which are much less positive. Whilst they support green energy and support organic farms, they're also strongly against wind farms. Considering that wind farms are one of the biggest potential sources of green energy, this is a bit of a concern. Yet more worrying is the view of some of their MPs that climate change is not man-made. So whilst most parties are serious about climate change, they all have different priorities on how to solve it. GM crops and stem cell research are some of the most controversial and yet up and coming and promising areas of scientific research at the moment. However, all the political parties highlight the importance of care and caution being taken with these different areas of research to ensure that they're safe for the population, they're ethical, and they don't go against many people's beliefs. However, at the end of the day, most of the political parties do back these controversial different areas of scientific research. But it's the Green Party's principles that make them more cautious on some of these practices, such as animal testing, which they hope to eventually stop. In the long run, if alternative methods are found, this is obviously a really positive move to stop animal testing. However, the impact on banning animal testing on current research would be really significant. One of the most important ways to improve the future of science is how to inspire and to educate children to become scientists in the future. And each of the main political parties has highlighted different ways that they want to be able to do this. The Conservatives want to train more science teachers and also to abolish the university student cap, while Labour wants to offer more career advice and reduce university tuition fees to £6,000 a year. The Liberal Democrats will encourage more students to take science and also to give schools specialist science teachers. The Green Party want to get rid of university tuition fees altogether, whilst UKIP will raise tuition fees for students in science, technology, engineering and maths. Finally, the SNP and Plaid Cymru will abolish tuition fees in Scotland and Wales respectively. So it's clear that all the parties have their own ideas on how to educate new scientists in the future, and all seem dedicated to get more children into and excited about science. But improving science in the UK also depends on bringing scientists from abroad to come and work in the UK to share skills, for scientists in Britain to be able to collaborate with other scientists around the world, and also for British scientists to be able to go to work and study abroad. And most of the main political parties highlight the importance of migrant scientists and students. Labour, Liberal Democrats and Green Party all hope to keep attracting migrant scientists and students to universities and businesses in the UK, while SNP and Plaid Cymru want to bring back a work visa for foreign students to work in the UK after they finish their university degrees. The Conservatives want to cap the number of skilled migrants to 27,000 per year from outside the UK, which will include scientists, whilst UKIP also wants to limit the number of skilled migrants from inside the EU as well. However, both parties are welcome to international students coming to study in the UK. Thankfully, no party wants to stop scientists coming over from another country to work and to share skills, but it's clear that the parties are separated on how many people they would allow to come and work. So these are some of the biggest scientific topics in politics at the moment, but there are lots of other smaller ones. There are lots more parties than just the 7 I went through here. So make sure you go check out the manifesto to the different parties before the election on the 7th of May to make up your mind even better. But hopefully this gives you a really nice overview of the scientific stances by some of the 7 most biggest political parties in the UK. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for some more light-hearted science videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, leave some comments below, perhaps some comments on what the different political stances and scientific ideas of the different parties are. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all soon. In 1990, NASA launched the Hubble Space Telescope. It's one of the largest, most powerful telescope ever launched. It's able to see some of the faintest, most distant and most energetic things in the universe. But it's also able to see things really close to home, such as planets in our solar system. On the 24th of May 2015, Hubble will be 25 years old. So to celebrate its birthday, we're going to have a look back at this amazing telescope.